Hello my dear friends, my name is Sanne and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build, of course. Today we're doing another family type build. This house is made for 4 Sims in total, 2 parents and 2 children. And I think this house turned out very interesting. I don't know why, but I just had this vision of creating a house that's built in the ground. I think I saw someone on Instagram building something that had part of the house in the ground, and I was like, I should build like one of those modern houses. You see those around the Netherlands like more often in recent times. They're like very modern houses who are partially built in the ground, and then like the roof of the house is flat and it's covered in grass, so it really is like built in the ground, and then part of it is above ground. And I just really like those houses. I know my dad really likes them. My dad absolutely loves modern houses, so he really likes those kinds of houses. So I suddenly felt like building something similar to that, so that's what I did. There are kind of 2 ways to go about building a house in the ground in The Sims. You can either like build a basement and then take off the ceiling, or you can lower the foundation of the house until it's like deep in the ground, and that's what I did. Just because I really wanted to have like these nice natural garden walls and not really like a straight normal basement wall, if you know what I mean. I really wanted it to look like it was in nature, so I just lowered the foundation and then did some terrain moving, just the terrain altering and editing and lowering and making it higher and whatever you can do with the terrain. I did that. So I think that turned out great in my opinion. You could also do it the other way, but I felt like doing it this way. And then I kept the entire house in a very light color scheme because I felt like it's a house in the ground. It doesn't have that many windows. I should keep it light, you know. And the front of the house, I gave it as many big windows as I could give it that would still look decent, just so we could have loads of natural lighting inside. And I just really like the corner where I have these high windows, and then you have the kitchen, so when you're cooking you can just look outside through these ginormous windows. I don't know, I really like that myself. But yeah, this house took a little bit of fiddling with like floor plan and the terrain paint and the terrain stuff. It took a bit of editing and doing stuff over and over again. I did cut most of that out, I think, so hopefully this video isn't too long. I also accidentally did not record a part of the decorating because I did not realize that my recording automatically stops after 2 hours and I have to start recording again. So I did the entire top floor of the building, and then I realized that it wasn't recording, so I'm sorry about that. I did try to like record that I went back in and showed you a few things so you can see what the top floor looks like decorated. And of course you can see the screenshots, so I hope it isn't too much of an issue. But I kind of realized too late, and it was like the entire top floor. Like if it's just a room, I would usually just go back, take it out and re-record the room, you know. But this was the entire top floor. Oh, and both bathrooms. So that was quite a lot to take out and do entirely over again. So I felt like, you know, it's fine. They'll see it in the screenshots. It's whatever. I'm sorry, it just happened that way. But, you know, what can we do about it? Not much, I guess. So here I started working on the kitchen, which I think is like one of my like favorite parts of the house, just because of those giant windows that you can look out of. Because I built like this nice big kitchen island in the center with where you can cook. I forgot what it's called, the furnace, I don't know, but when you're cooking there you can just look outside, look out the giant windows, have a nice little view of your front yard, you know, because the front yard is also kind of the backyard because it's like weirdly built into the ground, you know. So the front yard is also the backyard. I tried to give it a tiny bit of a side yard, But yeah, there is there is a lot of space outside, but I didn't reserve most of the space for like a garden. So most of the things that you see outside is just nature, trees, plants, whatever. And I feel like that would be very fun for the children to like play around in. But also I added like a tiny kiddie pool. I really have no idea if those are for children, by the way. Maybe they're only for toddlers, and then you can just delete it because that doesn't make sense. And then there's like an outdoor dining space, and that's kind of it. But yeah, I feel like it's built in the middle of nature. The children can definitely go out and play as much as they want out there. And I also added quite a few playthings inside the house, and I try to really focus on adding a lot of skill building items because I tend to forget those. So I really tried on putting those in. So the layout of the house, we have a big open floor plan on the bottom floor, like the floor that's inside the ground. We have a very big open floor plan. There's a big kitchen, an open living room and a dining area, and there's the stairs to the upstairs area. And then there's also the master suite with the ensuite bathroom, which is quite a big master bedroom, I feel like. Like the room itself is quite big, and it took me a little while to figure out how I wanted to fill it up, because why do you need such a big bedroom? I keep doing this accidentally. Like I try to make the bedrooms like big, and then I have to fill them up and they feel empty because I don't know how to fill them up completely. So it was a bit of a struggle, but yeah, that's a thing that happened, and I feel like in the end it did turn out quite nice. And because it's such a big bedroom, it still has quite a few items in it, but it doesn't feel too full, so it isn't too much of a maximalist house. I still feel like it looks very nice and airy and open and light, and that's kind of what I was going for. I saw like a picture on Instagram of a Sims bedroom build somewhere. I don't know if I saved it, so I don't know whose picture it was, but they did like a Sims bedroom entirely decorated with different light wood tones, like almost similar or just a tiny bit different, like only light wood tones and a tiny bit of white. And I really liked how that looked, so I decided that was gonna be the color scheme for this house, just white and then light wood tones, which was a bit of a struggle because I wanted to use most of the Dream Home Decorator things, because of course those modular closets and such are such a dream to decorate a big house with. You can easily fill up empty spaces, but the light wood tones in that pack are like rosy light wood tones, and then the light wood tones in like base game or other packs are very yellow. So they looked so different, and it just looked weird, to be honest. So I couldn't really combine those. So I ended up using a lot of the Dream Home Decorator stuff, but then just using it in the white color. And I did use some other wood tones upstairs. But yeah, it was a bit difficult to find a lot of matching wood tones in the style that I was going for, especially since I don't have like Eco Lifestyle or Tiny Living or whatever, because those packs tend to have like a similar style to what I'm going for, and a similar style to Dream Home Decorator. But I feel like they might have different wood tones that I could have used, but I don't have those packs, so I don't know, and that's kind of what I felt like I was missing out on. But you know, I do feel like it turned out really cute in the end, and I don't really mind like mixing different types of wood in The Sims, because in real life you also don't really usually have exactly the same type of wood in every single furniture item that you own, and it's also often just slightly different, you know. So I don't know, I felt like it looked natural and lived in, but also nice, and I tried to add a lot of plants, because I feel like these people, they bought a house, a modern house, right in the center of nature. They're basically living in the ground. I feel like they are people who like nature, so they probably would have some plants around the house, you know. And of course plants are the most easy thing to decorate with. Like usually when I have leftover space, I just plop down a bunch of plants and it turns out cute. So yeah, that's my general way of decorating. It's quite easy actually. I do really love how the kitchen turned out with those greenish cabinets. Like, I wanted to go for those light wood toned cabinets, but like I said, those were like rosy tones. They did fit the flooring very well, but they didn't fit the rest of the wood tones, so I don't know, I just felt like it didn't really match, so I ended up going for the green because that looks really cute. I don't know, I felt like the green just looked really adorable, and it's a lovely color, so I decided to use that one. And I like the gray tiles that I use for it. I also use the same tiles and the same wall tiles in the bathroom, just so you know, because I don't show the decorating aspect of the bathroom. So I did use those tiles in the bathroom as well because I like the combination of them. And then I think I used the Seasons shower and like a modern looking toilet and one of the Dream Home Decorator sinks, I think, in the shower, in the bathroom. And I used just the same things upstairs and downstairs, because there's also a bathroom upstairs. Like the bathroom downstairs is an ensuite and the bathroom upstairs is just in the hallway for the children to use, or maybe for like guests or whatever. So that is the main layout of the house. The bedroom for the children turned out really cute as well, I think. I tried to like keep it cute and decorate it in a kids way with like a tiny bit of their own wallpaper and some of their own colors, but I did try to keep it in like the light wood tones and white kind of bases. Like I tried to make it look as if the parents did decorate the room for them, but the children had a tiny bit of say in it, you know what I mean? That's kind of how I had it when I grew up. So I added like a nice periwinkle wallpaper, and the beds are in the light wood tones, but then with blue and grey bedding. And then I decided to just add like a bunch of cute toys and whatever, and some colorful things, some wall decor. I just tried to make it look as adorable as I could. And then I saw that rug. I don't know what rug I put in, but it has like these rounded corners, and I think usually it is this bright green. And I don't really use it that often, but then I noticed this like really cute soft beige swatch with some flowers on it, and it was just so cute. So that's what I used in the children's room. But now we have moved outside, and the way I did outside is I kind of just filled up the spaces with some plants, and then the spaces between the house and like the edge of that hole I filled up with debug rocks, just to make it look like really as if the house was built into the floor, you know. I really tried to go for that look, and I think it looks great, especially from like the angle where you go down the path towards the house. I think it looks absolutely adorable. I would definitely live in this house. Definitely. Also upstairs in the hallway area I have like a desk area and a piano, and I added an easel, and then there's also a deck. I did like try to put in a few of those areas in this build. So there's a balcony on the back side of the house where you can lounge, and I have some flower pots over there so you can do some gardening. And then one of the roofs of the building you can reach with a ladder, and then I put some like tanning beds over there so you can lay in the sun. So that is also cute. And then those are kind of like the areas I have outside for people to hang out. I really tried to make use of the space that I had within the house, so I feel like that turned out really cute. And then, like I said, most of the ending part of this video is just covering up those edges and working on covering up stuff with plants. I tried to add in the same trees as in the surroundings. I built this in Hanford-on-Bagley, the cottage living world. I think it's one of the lots on the top of the map. It's I think it's a 30 by 20, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh no, I think it's a 40 by 30. I think it's a 40 by 30. Because I needed the space to actually like do all the naturey decorating and such. So I kind of just filled everything up with more plants. I have some spaces outside, some spaces inside. I don't know how much the build cost, but I'll put all the information about this build down below in the description. Also with a link towards the gallery. If you want to download this build, my EA ID is bottleofgaming, so you can find it on the gallery there if you want. That's kind of all you need to know about this build. Just look in the description if you need to know anything more or ask me whatever you want to ask. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. If you want to see even more from me, all my socials are linked down below so you can check it out as well. And that's gonna be it for me today. I want to thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. And I hope you enjoy the screenshots of this build. Toodles!